AI and the venture capital and the investment world in general, there's a common narrative or a regular narrative right now that the return on investment for investment into artificial intelligence is not nearly what was projected or what a quote unquote should be. Can you speak a little bit to that as somebody that has entrepreneurial endeavors on the research development and VC and kind of VC front, but also artificial intelligence front?
Yeah. So quickly, kind of my background in this is I have since gone from that position at Michigan. I joined one of the Michigan startup spinouts, which is Decimal Code, where we have an automated medical coding solution, which is a natural language processing machine learning algorithm. So I've, now worked really intimately with our own technology, obviously, but then spent a good deal of time with researchers at Michigan, spending a little bit of time in a lot of areas where AI solutions were trying to take effect and make an impact. And so specifically around, the culture ideas regarding AI right now, I think there's just a lot of unknowns. It is a black box in a lot of senses, but AI is, it's functionally models where you take a bunch of data, humans tinker with things and go, hey, this is the particular elements of data that you should pay more attention to, or here's how you should think about recognizing patterns, and then kind of seeing what comes of that and where you can take it. So I'm not sure if I'm going to give like the perfect answer here, if I'm going to hit like exactly what you're thinking about, but at least my perspective on somewhat of the hotness around AI right now and maybe where it's going to settle once you kind of go from the really high level excitement of, oh, it's going to do everything, to, oh, actually, what is the reality of what it's doing, is that you see a lot of really high profile wins with something like, ChatGPT from before. And it's exciting because there are a lot of potential applications, and it's a much easier thing to start creating applications off of. Like if we wanted to go just package an LLM around some area of health system rev cycle, like we could do it within a month to have like something that's working. But if we were like, hey, we're gonna go just like create the new wave battery tech or LiDAR system for vehicles and future autonomous vehicles, there's so much effort and expertise that has to go into that. So I think partially it's hot right now, one, because it is a really powerful tool that you can build off of quickly. It doesn't require a ton of time investment to really get things off the ground. And I think that it's going to be like anything back in like the internet company age, right, where everything, there are going to be some big winners coming out, and right now it's hard to say exactly what that's going to be, but it's exciting to people, the idea of, oh, what if I got a stake in one of those big winners? And so when you think about even the environment and process behind VC funding insights when it goes into something like AI, like nobody's going to get reprimanded for investing in an AI startup right now, right? Like there's so much just positive indicators, and it's just kind of what the fervor is, that if you or I were like an associate or a partner at a VC firm, and we championed this particular AI startup throughout our diligence process, and then we're kind of the lead on it, like there's much less personal downside around like, yeah, the logic made sense and why you wanted to invest in this AI company at this point, versus like, I'm thinking of an example of, I was pretty familiar with like biotech investing, where it's really difficult to get any interest in treatments focused on Alzheimer's right now, just because there's a really limited understanding of kind of the mechanisms around why that's happening. There have been a ton of failed like drug candidates. So if, a VC partner were to really champion like a Alzheimer's drug through a process, or, an Alzheimer early stage drug candidate, you would get a ton of scrutiny. And then if that fails, people would be like, yeah, of course it failed because of XYZ, but you're just not going to see that as much
Right.
in the AI space. I mean, you'll get some of it where you'll look back and be like, really, you thought that like this thing was going to be this or what have you. But I think that's kind of some of why a lot of this is so focused right now, and where it's, you see a lot of driven interest in just kind of marketing, so to say. But did that kind of touch on what you were hoping to get to with that question?
Yeah. Well, and first of all, absolutely. Second of all, there's no hope. I want to know what you think, because I have opinions and stuff, but what I hope to do with these conversations is flush out people's opinions that are in positions of authority based on what's happening. And we're both young dudes, but we're both hard workers and educated and have made positions in the world where we have clear knowledge on what's happening. And I think more than anything, I don't think that we do have a clear, this is what it should be, or this is what it shouldn't be, or this is what AI should do, or this is what it shouldn't do. And I think conversations, what I hope is conversations like these can further the discussion and the brainstorming almost of what it should be and what it needs to be. So yeah, absolutely. What I was hoping for was your opinion, and you gave it. I think if I were to add elements of what I think, about it, is that it's exactly what you said, that more investment is happening, and we're way at the beginning of a new technology. So if lots of investment is happening, you're bound to have a lot less successful investments. Just if you consider a bell curve, it's like, well, yeah, you're going to have a lot more failures. And the ones that are major winners, that's going to happen in the future, because we're too soon for them to have turned into billion-dollar companies over and over and over again. But it's really easy when you fall on your when you come out of the starting gate in a race and step on a rake and get hit in the face with the pole. That's like really easy to count up the loss. So statistically speaking, it's a little soon, and I think the thing that bothers me about it is the media portrayal of, oh, well, AI is useless. We're not getting the ROI. Like, I think that's silly. I think it's too short-sighted. And I think what you're saying about the long view and the way investment is happening right now is absolutely spot on. Completely spot on.